How prevalent is performance-enhancing drugs in MMA? Well, one of the biggest names in the sport recently failed a drug test, and that's UFC light heavyweight Chael Sonnen. In fact, this is the second time, technically, he's failed a drug test. I'm Prim Saripapat with your ESPN headline. Joining us now is MMA writer Brett Okamoto. So, Brett, what were the two substances he tested positive for?
The two substances that Chael Sonnen tested positive for are classified as anti-estrogenic by the World Anti-Doping Agency banned substance list. Basically, the names of them are anastrozole and clomiphene. They are two substances that you don't see a whole lot of when it comes to combat sports failed drug tests. They're not considered an anabolic steroid. What they do is they're supposed to block estrogen hormone levels in the body. What's unique about Chael Sonnen is that this was going to be his first fight in a while in which he was not approved the use of testosterone replacement therapy. That therapy was banned in the state of Nevada earlier this year in February. They voted unanimously to get rid of it in combat sports. So Chael Sonnen has not yet came out with statements regarding exactly what he was doing, but he had said previously that he was going to look for other ways to sort of boost up his testosterone, deal with his medical condition that required him to be on testosterone replacement therapy. And you got to assume that this is what he turned to. Unfortunately, it's a banned substance.
Well, obviously, we don't know what kind of consequences he will face at this time. But, Brett, how might this affect Sonnen's schedule moving forward, including his fight against Vitor Belfort on July 5th?
Well, from what I'm told, that bout on July 5th is gone. He will not be fighting Belfort at UFC 175. And in terms of what this means for Sonnen's career, we're going to have to hear from him. When TRT was banned, Sonnen came out and said, I'm going to need to find other ways to deal with my hypogonadism, which he says he was diagnosed with in 2008. He said, if I can't find ways to deal with that, I'm going to be forced to retire, and that's fine. You know, this is a rule. This is what the Nevada Commission has put into place. If I need to retire, then I'll step away. So it'll be interesting to see now what he does. That the substances that he turned to got him a failed drug test.
Brett, this isn't the first time a fighter has tested positive for PEDs. I'm wondering about the fan base. How big of an issue is this within the MMA fan base?
You know, PED use in combat sports has always been and will continue to be something that the fans talk about. It's something that, testing by athletic commissions, it always needs to improve. There's no way that it can ever be too much. You know, the more testing, I believe, the better when you're talking about combat sports. I think in this particular instance, fans of this sport are just so sick of the TRT and the residual effects of TRT, because basically this situation was brought along because of the fact that Sonnen was approved to use TRT in previous bouts. Now he's forced to come off of it, so now he's scrambling to come up with other methods to cope and to still compete in the sport. And I think fans are just ready for that whole thing to go away, and eventually it will. We're still seeing some of the side effects of it, but eventually TRT will be a thing of the past, just not today.
Understandable. MMA writer Brett Okamoto, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Brim.
All right, we'll keep you updated with this story. Keep it logged on to ESPN.com.